Hey everybody, Dudley Taft here, and thanks for joining me today. So in this video, which we're shooting from the lovely town of Telluride, Colorado, first vacation since COVID, yeah. Anyway, so in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the songs we played off the new album called Cosmic Radio, out October 2nd. So let's talk to Walfredo and Kasey a little bit about some of the songs we're going to play for you.
They come from like Freddie King, B.B. King, ZZ Top. They have a big spectrum of music that they have researched and done their homework. It is a lot of fun. You can draw from different flavors and different colors and music styles, and that's what makes jamming and making music more creatively rewarding.
Look, we had a lot of fun doing these Facebook Live sessions, and my daughter Ashley Charmae happened to be here when the quarantine started. She was living in New York City, so we didn't want her to go back there. So she ended up spending about 3 months here, and that was great because Charmae is a singer, and songwriter, and she makes money by singing on other people's electronic dance music tracks, but she can also sing her ass off doing R&B and blues. And so we had a good time, hanging out and playing, and she would, she might pull out some weird old, blues song that I'd never heard, an old Ray Charles song or a Donny Hathaway song or something. And that was really fun. So we ended up doing a couple of them. And we ended up writing a song together called Relentless.
To me, one of the highlights of the album is the fact that he got Ashley Charmae to perform on his daughter, which is great because that adds a whole new dynamic. And, she co-wrote the song with him as well. The song's called Relentless. And that's also bringing in another perspective, you know what I mean? As far as here's the way she is viewing this song and the lyrics and where she's coming at it.
So when I co-wrote Relentless with Dudley, he had already had the guitar part mostly written, and he had the title Relentless in his head. So I remember I was staying with him in quarantine. I went upstairs. I worked on it for a while, came back down with what I had, and we went through it together and ended up keeping a lot of what I wrote. And, he tweaked some things and added some things that were really cool and interesting. So, yeah, I guess that was the process. We would practice it about every day. It was, really fun to do in quarantine, to, have a music buddy to jam out with and stuff. So we kind of got to know it and laid down the final vocals in the studio. And it was a really fun process.
Relentless, how I'm pursuing you. There's nothing I wouldn't do. Oh, my obsession, not lessened by your rejection. It's funny how you're the one to ignite this kind of passion. I won't rest till I make you my possession. Relentless. The story we told ourselves only hinted at the truth, but still I couldn't help but feel drawn to you. I want you to be better than my wildest dreams, to touch, to feel. There's a real connection.
You know, I love that tune. It turned out so well. That was so cool. So, you know, when we sat down and talked to Walfredo and Kasey and Ashley, we asked them, you know, what got them interested in becoming a musician in the first place. So let's hear a little bit from them, and of course I'm going to answer the same questions because you want to know what got me into this, right? Don't you? All right, here we go.
I became interested in singing when I was younger. I just had a natural ability for it, and I would just imitate songs I heard on the radio all the time and stuff. When I got a little older, like 12 or 13, I somehow discovered like old jazz and blues. It may have been from a movie or something, and I just loved it so much. I think maybe the first song I heard that kind of got me into it was by Billie Holiday. So I just remember like downloading Etta James and Billie Holiday on like Napster and Ray Charles and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that's kind of how I got interested in music. I really loved that vocal style, and I would just sing those songs over and over until I could hit every note. So yeah.
My dad put headphones on me and played Electric Ladyland, the Jimi Hendrix album. First track started right from the top. And he said that I just giggled. It was, you know, like this kind of like revelation. I didn't know what I was hearing, but I really dug it. So I would say my earliest influences and exposure to music were, you know, rock and roll and psychedelic rock and stuff like that.
No, I was not destined to become a drummer. I wanted to be a veterinarian because everybody else was a musician. I wanted to rebel against my musician family. But once I discovered the rock and roll and the girls and all that, I said, play drums, and this is the vehicle to making music and being in a band.
Freddie King and, you know, really understanding some of the old, you know, the Willie Dixon songs and where they were coming from, and, you know, all the fantastic guitar players and songwriters from, you know, the 50s and 60s primarily. And so writing the songs was very much part of my education. But after doing that for a little while, I think I just wanted to, I'm just doing things now that are come more naturally to me because I've already seeped all of the blues sort of in me through the writing process of the first, you know, 4 or 5 records. So, I mean, now it could be anything from a piano ballad to some really heavy hitting guitar. So it's got to be you. It's got to follow each song. Each song has a muse.